Hello student, this is Rohit, computer teacher at Mount Rutra Z School Jhansi. Student, in this video we'll discuss how we can increase the speed and the performance of our computer system. So let's start. What is computer performance? How we measure its performance? This is the amount of useful work accomplished by a computer system. Outside of a specific context, computer performance is estimated in terms of accuracy, efficiency, and the speed of executing computer program instruction. When it comes to high computer performance, one or more of the following factors might be involved. Number 1. Short response time for a given piece of work. It means whenever you have to give any instruction to computer, it must respond very quickly. Next, high throughput rate of processing work means the processing timing is very high. Next is low utilization of computing resources, means computer must uses a less electricity. Next, high availability of the computing system or application means the software or the hardware related to the processing task must be connected, must be present on your system. Next, fast data compression and decompression technique. Whenever you have to compress or decompress the data, the speed rate is high. High bandwidth means whenever you are going to transfer data from one computer to another computer, from one device to another device, data must be transferred is as much as high possible. Short data transmission time means larger amount of data we can transfer in a shorter time. So these are certain factors by which we can find out the computer performance. And the three major factors which depends on computer performance, that is CPU speed, memory size, and the number of application running. One by one we are going to discuss this. Number 1, CPU speed. Computer has a built-in system clock that emits millions of regularly spaced electric pulses per second, known as clock cycles. It takes one cycle to perform a basic operation such as moving a byte of data from one memory location to another. Normally, several clock cycles are required to fetch, decode, and execute a single program instructions. Hence, shorter the clock cycle means faster the processor. And the clock speed measured in megahertz, that means 10 to the power 6 cycles per second, or gigahertz 10 to the power 9 cycles per second. Means the CPU contains a tiny quarters clock. If the instruction or the data processing in lesser time, it means the speed of the CPU is high and its performance is always high. Next is memory size. By using the size of the memory, we can also increase the computer performance. If you have a Word document open and an email, a website, and a couple of images, they are all sitting in a RAM. So the size of the RAM must be high. Here you can see the memory size chart. So you can easily understand what size must be of your computer required to get a high performance. If you want to improve your computer's performance and you only have a small amount of RAM, such as 1 GB, you can add extra RAM chips to your system to increase its performance. The last factor, that is number of application running, means running many programs at the same time that can affect the performance of your computer. It takes up a storage and RAM, which will slow your device down. If you have a good processor and CPU, then your computer is going to be able to perform better than one with a worse device. Means the more application files and documents you have open, the faster your RAM will fill up. even if you increase the amount of RAM memory. So as soon as you have finished using something, close it down and release some of the RAM for another program. We have to try to use the less application at the same time, so we can increase the computer performance.